Hi there, Capricorn. How are you today? This is your general angel reading. Let me look for January 3rd through 9th of 2022. So, you're the first reading I'm doing that's fully in 2022. And so, let's just see how our angels want to communicate with us now. Okay, so there's a message coming through right away saying something about, what are they saying? They're saying, like, the traditional New Year's resolutions that people tend to do, leave those behind. Don't even do that. Those are fluffy, and they are something that you, because of the very nature of them, because they've, they tend to be considered kind of like a party trick, right? Don't even bother with those things. What they are saying, that if you are desiring some kind of change in your life, that now is an excellent time to put, the resolve. It is a resolution, but it's not the same as the other stuff, right? Which is fluffy. It's time for the things that you truly desire to change. It is a good time to create the resolve within yourself to make that change. And it's something that, if you don't truly desire it, it's not going to be something you'll stick with anyway. So just think long and carefully about that before you choose it, and know yourself well enough to know that you want it or you don't. Okay, that's what they're saying. All right, so let's see what they're telling you for the week of January 3 through 9 of 2022. Okay, whatever problem you think you've been having up until now, it's all resolved. It's fixed. Don't stress about that. No worries at all. Some of that has been obstacles in your mind only. They never truly existed. And so now, if you can recognize that, if you can see beyond what you've thought were obstacles, then you'll understand that truly the way is pretty clear for you. That there's really not much for obstacles there. The things that you've been thinking of as obstacles are easily solved. Get other people on board, get people to, yes, explain things to you, but it's more along the lines of understanding which things are your natural forte and not trying to force the other things. But those things are somebody else's strength. So take advantage of that. Take those people and bring them into your fold, into your circle, because their strengths are what you need. Yes, okay. You are a healer. You are a healer. Now, some of you are sitting there going, no, I'm not. Like, what are you talking about? I'm this blue collar worker or whatever. So, anybody, anywhere is and can be a healer. As long as you're working on your own inner stuff, you are a healer. Because when you are working on your own stuff, you are acknowledging things that you would like to improve, I guess, within you, which then, as you work your way through that, as you make progress, it's noticeable to other people, even though that's not your goal, that, that's not the reason you're doing that. People close to you can see the changes within you. And it's like it gives them permission to also change, to let go of things. And it won't always happen. There'll be things that you'll notice that they still have that, whatever. Try not to get caught up in that. That's their stuff, not yours. And so the more you can come to terms with simply allowing others, the better you will be, the more healed you will be, because that's a progress within you. Right. Okay, all right. You're doing just fine. Your angels are sitting there going, you're fine. You're doing fine. Just calm. Just calm. Right? What anybody else is doing is nothing to do with you. It's none of your business. Even when that person maybe is very close to you, right in your inner circle, right? Your job about them is acceptance, guidance if they ask for it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Follow your dreams. What are your dreams? What are your dreams? Oh, that feels good. When you sink yourself into that, what do you want? What feels really good to you? What feels so fulfilling that you just want to stay there all the time? Yeah, that's your dreams, right? And so do what takes you closer to that. And it's like you've been dragging your feet a little bit, and I'm not quite sure. They're showing me like that they're not even showing me any scenarios because there's so many different ones, right? But so for your own self, what is it when you picture it, you imagine it for your own self, for your own life? What is it that just feels so good in your heart center, in your heart space, that you just don't want to come back from there? Yeah. So in your daily life, do the things that will get you closer to that so that you can be feeling that way all day, knowing that you're bringing yourself closer all the time. Yeah, that feels really good. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. And yeah, and so no matter what your category is in, the things that you do every day, maybe usually we would call that career or, however you want to call it, you are extremely gifted at what you do. Now, yes, you can expand for sure, and you can make it about more than, the middle part of it. You can add a little here and a little there, almost like a flower blossoming, you know? And so the more you add, the better you get at all of those things, and you fill out completely in all the areas. And you are very, very gifted at all these things. Most of you knows that already. Like your inner self, you already know this. So don't get cocky, no arrogance, just simple confidence in what you do and providing the leadership to the people around you. Like I can picture you, I can see you doing your thing, what you're so good at, and people coming to you to ask you the questions. Keep your patience, keep your your arrogance, because you could develop that a little bit, right? Just keep that in check, and instead just quietly share your knowledge with those people who are coming to you for assistance, right? I can see it very clearly with you, in your center, and a person comes, you share, and you're back to your thing. And a person comes, and you share, and you go back to your thing, right? Instead of you rising up and being the almighty, all-powerful, don't do that. Just don't do that. That doesn't look good on you, and nobody else likes it either. Just stay quietly doing what you're doing. They can see that you have the knowledge that they want, and they come and they ask. Yeah. So that is how you keep your gift flowing and becoming bigger. And you're learning more too all the time. That is the sign of a true master, is that he never stops learning. Okay. All right. So here is you rising above any problems. This is the same as the first one, problem resolved. Those problems or things that you've thought of as problems are not truly problems. They're not. And as soon as you can, it's like going up onto up the stairs onto the top of a platform or something, and then you can see better. You can see over top of these little things that you've thought of as problems or obstacles. And you can see over them and see how everything unfolds beyond. And these things that you are thinking of as problems right now are just not. They're so minor. You know, in 6 months from now, you're going to go, oh my gosh, what was I stressing over? That's, it's not necessarily easy, but it wasn't worth that stress. Okay. And here we have a happy surprise. Woo! Maybe, wow, like this just suddenly struck me. Oh, I got all this emotion, this huge rush of emotion. And in me, that comes out in teary. You know, not everybody would experience it that way, but that's how it comes through in me. This beautiful, happy surprise that you were not expecting. Okay, partly, well, here it comes. Partly, they're saying some of you are kind of half expecting it, but you didn't really know that would happen. It was kind of a wish, right? Well, it seems to me in past readings, we've talked about making a wish, and this is your wish coming true. Wow, this is huge for you guys. Like, holy cow. All this stuff is just flowing and overflowing. And it's like relief. Just this, like, oh my gosh, I had no idea how stressed I was over that. Is kind of the energy that I'm getting over that. And it's like that something comes to you, and yes, absolutely, it's a happy surprise, but it brings about this huge feeling of relief and the release of tension. That's beautiful. That's so awesome. You guys you got it made, babe. Okay. So now we have the daily guidance cards. Excuse me, I have a bit of the tail end of a cold, and so I'm still sounding like that. So now we have the daily guidance cards. We've got one more bit of wisdom from our guardian angels. Oh, okay. And they say, let your past go. So, you know, sometimes this means past life experiences. And for some of you, that is true. For some of you, it's this lifetime. It's things that you think you can't possibly be successful at. And that's what's been slowing you down. But you absolutely can. Like, your angels are just puzzled as to why you even think this. There's something in you that has kind of knocked your confidence in the past. And they're saying to please put that on a shelf where it belongs and leave it there. Yeah. So this is the same. You are gifted. This knowledge. Just quietly be confident of that. And understand that you are, you're better at this than anybody in your acquaintance. Anybody. The people that you have learned from, you're better than they are at this knowledge. You know, like I'm not saying in terms of humanity and whatever else. Everybody is even. We're just different, right? But letting go of something that was formed in you many years ago, it's become a belief system that you're barely even aware of, and that's what's been holding you back. It's kind of got your feet sticky on the floor, preventing you from going quickly. You can dissolve that sticky by letting go of this. That's no longer serving you. Stride forward fearlessly. Okay. Wow, what a beautiful time for you guys. Okay. Capricorn, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and I love you very much. And I will see you next week.